Hello and welcome to another exciting and inspirational edition of the Helping Hand TV show. As you know, the Helping Hand will focus on the abilities of persons with disability. H4P is 10 years old. We are bringing dignity to disability.
H4P, here for perfection. You have made changes to people's lives that you are perhaps not aware of. Every Saturday when I watch this show, I feel more heard. I feel more visible. I feel like somebody is speaking my mind. The show has brought enough evidence that these are awesome people who are doing great things. They are helping their families, institutions, churches, nation.
Remember that disability is not inability. Hello and welcome to another exciting edition of the Helping Hand TV show, where we seek to throw the spotlight on the abilities of persons with disability. And like I say, you're welcome. Welcome to my world where disability is not inability. Special thanks to DV Unlimited, Company Limited, and FCC, Fire City Chapel, my proud sponsors. I'll go for a quick commercial break. When I come back, I'll introduce you to my guest. This is the Helping Hand TV show. Stay tuned. Hello ladies and gentlemen, you are with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability, and today I want to introduce you to someone with so much ability. Some people call her the greatest friend, others call her the sweet companion, and others still call her the faithful worker. She is dependable, reliable, and adorable, and she's committed to lending you a helping hand anytime, anywhere. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, help me welcome DV Cleaners.
DV Cleaners Alata Samana Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Aloe Vera Shower Gels, DV Cleaners Body Lotions, DV Cleaners Hair Shampoos, DV Cleaners Hair Conditioners, DV Cleaners Liquid Detergents, DV Cleaners Hand Wash, DV Cleaners Floor Cleaners, DV Cleaners Toilet Cleaners, DV Cleaners Cake Soaps, and now introducing DV Cleaners Hand Sanitizers. For bulk purchase, call us on +233 278 308 246 or +233 244 467 326. DV Cleaners, one of the top most made in Ghana products. DV Cleaners, proudly Ghanaian.
And so remember that anytime you purchase any of the DV Cleaners range of products, you are lending a helping hand to a person with disability, and you are supporting H4P organization's special advocacy for persons with disability. DV Cleaners,
Nature's finest touch.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. Today we have a special episode for you. We are talking blind sports, and I have a very abled person to do it, Mr. Eric Kisi. He is a national president, Ghana Blind Sports Association at the international level, and he's going to help us dissect the issues. He is also known as Kito, so I hope he won't mind me calling him Kito.
Sure.
Thank you very much. You're welcome.
Thank you so much.
We are going to talk blind sports. Helping Hand, we are dedicating some time to discuss disability sports, to throw more light on it, because most people don't seem to know what we are doing in the disability community when it comes to sports.
Yeah.
And yes, we are achieving a lot.
Yeah.
Let me start with this. Why do you think there's not much noise being made about disability sports?
Thank you so much, Bishop. This question has been a major question that a lot of people have been asking.
Yeah.
But for me, you know, the answer is subjective.
Okay.
But as a nation, we can look at it critically. For me, I see people not paying much attention to disability sports or blind sports in particular. Is because they don't understand our situation.
Okay.
You know, the myth surrounding disability had been something negative.
Yeah.
So if people find you to be a person with disability, they see you not to be able to do anything.
Yeah.
So if you're a person with disability, if you can't walk, if you can't see, you can't hear, how do you then engage yourself in sporting activities? So they sometimes wonder how we really make things happen. And in one of our situations, when we were playing go ball or football, it's how are they able to trace the direction of the ball? You know, so for me, I see it to be an issue of, how would you say, ignorance, but probably not knowing the abilities of persons with disabilities. But I think this is the time that we all have to be abreast with information on what persons with disabilities can do. And that's why a whole lot of scholars have been debating on even to refer to persons with disabilities as persons with alternative abilities, persons with special abilities, and so on and so forth. But as we all understand the principle of UN and their conventions, we try to use what they have defined as persons with disabilities. Whether we have the disabilities or we don't have, we are people.
Exactly. We look at their abilities, in spite of the disabilities.
Sure.
And let me find out, especially with blind sports, do we have a lot of people who are blind participating?
Yes. When it comes to Ghana, for now, our total membership, we have over 200.
Oh, I see.
Total membership
for the
who
sports.
participate in different sporting activities.
Wow.
Then that's what I'm saying, over 200. Because when it comes to administrative work too, all those people form part of the association. So I would say we have over 200, and we are cut across all the regions, all the former 10 regions.
I see.
Administratively, we don't want to go into the 16-10 regions as we have now because of financial constraints. But we're still depending on the former 10 regions. So blind sports is everywhere in Ghana now.
That's very encouraging. I'm going to go for a break. When I come back, we are going to start off with your story.
Sure.
H4P is 10 years old, and we are celebrating the goodness and the mercies of God. I'll go for H4P tidbits. I'll be right back.
Great.
Stay tuned.
It's H4P tidbits time. As an avid proponent on disability issues, the H4P organization, through its community project, instituted the H4P National Inter-Schools Disability Fund Games. It's an annual event, and it's currently the only platform in Ghana that allows persons with disability in special education schools across the country an exclusive opportunity to exhibit their potentials in the area of sports, with the focus of harnessing the potentials of persons with disability for nationwide development. As you call to the CEO and staff of H4P organization, H4P, bringing dignity to disability. H4P, perfection is our passion.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show. Today we are talking blind sports, and Mr. Eric Kisi is here with me. Kito.
Yeah.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Let's start with your story. How did you come into the world of disability?
Anyway, let me say I wasn't born with blindness. I could remember when I was about 70 years old, we were traveling from our hometown. I come from Abomosu in the eastern, a popular town in the eastern region. Yes, and during that time, my mom was working in a different town called Kwaben. Yeah, that's the capital of Atua. Atua. And whilst we were traveling from Abomosu to Kwaben, during those years, the road was very, very bad. And all that I could remember, a vehicle just passed by ours, and the dust entered my eyes. So
that was on one of the occasions.
One of the occasions. The following morning, I couldn't see anything. I couldn't really open my eye. I was having a whole lot of pain on the eye.
So when the dust entered, the next morning, that's it?
Yeah, that was it.
A lot of pain?
A lot of pain. I couldn't even open the eye to see the sunshine. So my parents had to take me to the hospital, and our first place of visit was Agogo.
Okay.
Agogo in the Ashanti Achim area.
Okay.
So that was where I had my first treatment throughout, and we weren't having positive response from the treatment. So later on, my parents were transferred to Accra.
Was it still painful? The eye was it still painful at the time?
That time the pain went down.
Okay.
But I wasn't seeing well.
Okay.
Yeah, I started seeing partially.
Okay.
So gradually, my parents were transferred to Accra, and we started visiting Kuala Lumpur Teaching Hospital.
Okay.
That one too, still they couldn't diagnose what was the cause.
Wow.
So it was in 1998.
How old were you?
I was then around 13, 14, I could remember. 1998, that was a few months when I left the ordinary school to Akropong School for the Blind.
Okay.
I had a severe pain on the eye again, so I had to visit Emmanuel Eye Clinic, and there they diagnosed me as a glaucoma patient.
Oh.
Yeah. The long and the short of how I became blind and how I entered into the disability world is what I've just narrated.
That would be quite stressful.
Yeah.
You were seeing.
I was saying.
Now you are not seeing. How would it be for you, the transition?
You know, I think the whole situation started when I was very young. So I was going with it, and I was acquainting myself with the new environment that I found myself in. So for me, I wasn't really faced with a whole lot of challenges as we have for the late blind people. You get it? There's some sort of difference when it comes to blindness. When you are old before acquiring, sometimes the challenging is a bit difficult because you need to learn a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
But this one, I got it when I was very, very young, age 7. So I was growing with it and learning whilst I was growing. So when it comes to mobility wise, I'm a bit okay. Fortunately, I have a small vision left for me for mobility. So that's what I've been depending on. But throughout, I started using the Braille format of writing. I was no more using the pen and the pencil as I used to do with the ordinary school system. I adopted and adapted myself to that format of learning. And when I got to the university, I started with computer. We entered the technological world, so we also had to acquaint ourselves with that. And for me, I would say life has not been all that difficult for me because I inspired myself that with my disability doesn't mean the world has come to an end. I can do whatever any other person can do. So I challenge myself to be at the same level with whoever I think I needed to emulate or challenge. When I was at New System Preparatory School at Nungwa Nautical College here, I was training the eyes. So on frequent basis, I found myself having the eye sight or the vision going down, deteriorating.
I see.
And that was when my teachers advised that if it's possible, my parents should take me to Akropong School for the Blind. And we paid heed to the advice and we went. And when we went, actually, I was thinking, since I was no more using the vision for reading, the pressure shouldn't have gone higher, but no one knows. It went on increasing. The pressure went on and went on.
Wow.
So I went to Emmanuel Eye Clinic where I had first surgery on my right eye. But the surgery was meant for stabilizing the vision, but it didn't work that way. It has deteriorated again. It's gone down a bit, but still, since I I was learning on it. I considered myself to be a totally blind when I went to Akropong School for the Blind. So whilst the sight is still reducing, I'm not down at all.
Okay.
I'm still courageous because I know that that's the world I have found myself in now.
Yeah.
So until there is a special miracle from God, I have to move on with my life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No matter the challenge,
Sure.
you have to move on in life. Let's also move on and go for 60-second success. I'll be right back with Kito in the studios. We are talking blind sports. Stay tuned.
Focus, true grit. Keep going. Keep your eyes on the prize. No stopping, because winning is not an option. It's 60-second success with the Bishop. Stay tuned.
Hello and welcome to 60-second success with the Bishop. Today I want to talk about having a mindset for success. What goes on in your mind eventually plays out in your life. The first step in achieving success is thinking and feeling successful. The feeling of success is important in achieving success. Feeling successful has much to do with how you personally define success. Do you define success as having more money, more recognition over possessions? Do you define success by other people's achievements? Do you define success as feeling happy with who you are and being grateful, extremely grateful for the gift of life? Successful people know that it is important, absolutely important, to have a healthy mindset of success, because if you feel successful, it is more likely to become successful. Thank you.
Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show with me, the voice of ability on for persons with disability. Kito is my guest, Mr. Eric Kisi, the national president, Ghana Blind Sports Association. Thank you so much, Kito.
Thank you.
We are focusing on blind sports.
Yes.
All throughout this time, whilst you were having challenges with your sight and all that, were you engaged in sporting activities?
Yes, I was very much engaged in sporting activities. Even when I was at New System Preparatory School,
Okay.
I used to play for the school team. I was, let me just mention one person who is famous, a player in the person of Harrison Afo.
Okay.
I was in the same school with him, and we were in the same team. He was my junior then.
Okay.
So we all were playing on the left side, and he was always on the bench waiting for me to come out. So I was very much active in sports. When I left New System and I went to Akropong School for the Blind. You know one thing, when I was leaving New System, one major problem that I thought was going to limit me was sports. I thought once I was going to Akropong School for the Blind, I wouldn't be able to involve in sporting activities. Yeah. Because when you hear the name School for the Blind, say, how can blind people do sports? Yeah, so that was my major problem. And any time that my teachers mentioned that it's important you go there, you see tears coming out of my eyes. But when I got to Akropong School for the Blind, I saw that the people were amazing. They were playing football. Wow. I said, oh, wow. And then I'm not lost. I found myself in the same soup again. Yeah. So I joined them and I exhibited all the talents that I had in football. Okay. I helped the school to raise a school team, and we played with other schools that are not blind schools.
I see.
We played with the Zona team, Akuapim North Zone. The Zona team. That was our first match we had when I was able to raise the school team.
Wow.
Oh,
did you win?
They scored us 4-2. But we scored them 2. So 4 goals against 2. It was encouraging. Our headmaster then, Reverend Muamre, may his soul rest in peace, he's passed on. He was so much happy and he burst into tears, you know, seeing blind people playing with their colleagues who are not blind, and they were able to score them 2 goals. And later we had another match with one of the schools closer to Akropong School for the Blind. It's Presby School. We used to call it Guess School. And they also scored us 2-3.
Okay.
We played with Sinai still on the Ridge. We played with Mampon Def.
I see.
Yes, Mampon Def. And it was only Mampon Def that was able to whip us very well. They scored us 5 goals to nothing.
I see.
Yeah. So we were very much okay into the sports. And when I left Akropong School for the Blind, actually, when I left to Ukropman Senior High, I wanted to join the school team, but I couldn't because anytime that we were to play inter-horse, that will aid us to have the selection to the school team. I had issues with my vision, so I couldn't join the school team at Ukropman, and that ended my football career. But when I completed Ukropman and went to the tertiary UCC, it was there that a special sporting discipline was introduced to us called goalball. In 2007, we had our counterparts from Denmark. That's the Danish Association of the Blind and the Danish Sports for the Disabled. They came to Ghana and introduced to our mother organization, which is the Ghana Blind Union, the different sporting disciplines that we have for the blind and partially sighted persons. So when Ghana Blind Union also embraced the idea, they went to the various universities. So they came to UCC, and I was there, and I was picked as one of the people that they were starting their project with. So we were training in goalball, and we started moving to the various regions in the country, introduced the sports to the blind people over there. They trained us in goalball, in blind football. We had what we call showdown tennis. It's more or less like the table tennis that we know. We were trained in athletics, how blind people run, and they also introduced us to cycling and a whole lot of sporting activities. And
very interesting.
Very interesting. So I decided to engage myself with goalball. For the football, we used to play the ordinary football, the 11-a-side. But when it comes to blind football, we have the 7-a-side and the 5-a-side. So we were playing the 7-a-side because I was partial. Yeah, but I engaged myself in goalball more. So administratively, I was elected as the regional president for the Greater Accra region. I was able to develop the region to a level. Then in 2013, the people voted for me as the national president to date. Let me just summarize by saying that after the introduction, we were able to go to everywhere in the country. We've been able to engage the university, and now goalball is part of GUSA Games. With all this effort.
Congratulations.
So, thank you.
Let's talk, let's talk about blind sports. So, some challenges we are facing in blind sports and how we can surmount those challenges.
Normally, when we want to embark on projects, sometimes we the blind people ourselves, we have to fund whatever activities that we want to do.
The funding comes from you?
Yes. With the AU games that we have in now, where we've had one in the northern sector, and they did one to Tamale, and those in the southern sector, they are doing the same thing to Cape Coast.
Have you appealed to the government and the sports authorities?
For the sports authority, we've been doing that whenever we have our national competition. We don't get a financial support. We don't get a financial support, and it's very unfortunate that I have to say this, but the truth is that we are not getting the financial support. We are not getting the financial support. The only time that we've been able to get the financial support has been with Senate and GAPOA, and a few of them, that's a GIPC and Minerals Commission. They have supported us in our maiden edition of our national competition and the second one that we had in 2017 in Cape Coast. That one we had a support from GAPOA
Okay.
And these people have been the backbone for our sports, and they have been the only institutions that have been able to support us in one way or the other.
Okay, so let me go for a break. When we come back, we'll see the way forward, how we can push and promote blind sports. I'll be right back.
Great.
Stay tuned.
Is the music segment on the Helping Hand TV show.
Welcome back.
Thank you very much, Elorm. That was amazing. Well, you are still with me, the voice of ability and for persons with disability. This is the Helping Hand TV show. We are talking blind sports, and I have Mr. Eric Kisi here with me. Kito, thank you so much for your time.
Sure.
Let's talk more on the challenges, blind sports, and the way forward.
You know, when it comes to facilities, we don't have the standard facilities for our disciplines.
Okay.
For now, when it comes to go ball, the standard facility that we have is in Cape Coast alone. That's the University of Cape Coast. Because normally the go ball, we play it on the floor. And it has to be on the wooden floor.
Okay.
And it's been the University of Cape Coast that has been able to construct one. And there are no money in the country. So you could say that
we should be able to construct it in all the schools for the blind.
not necessarily, but
Okay.
even when you have it in all the regions,
Okay.
we'll be able to use it as well.
Yeah.
But as I speak, we only have it in the university, which means even it's the university that has embarked on this project. But when it comes to government's project, you could see that all the courts, the volleyball courts that we normally use for our go ball, it's a concrete type court, and it's not friendly for us.
So University of Cape Coast is the only university that has it.
That has it. And even I think it's the only facility we have in the country.
I see.
Yes.
Wow.
We don't have that wooden floor facility in the country. And they've made it in a way that we can play basketball, volleyball, badminton, and everything. So it's also benefited us as blind people.
Okay.
We can play our go ball on it. We can play our football on it. So it's happening that whenever we have any program, then we have to really converge at UCC.
Yeah.
So all the time, we have to bring people from the northern sector to this place.
Wow.
If we really want to have the standard facility for a game. And it makes it capital intensive.
Yeah, it brings that back to the money issue.
Yes. Then also when it comes to equipment, still money. Still money.
Yeah.
Our regions, they're not having the money, and always depending on the national to where are we getting the money? We don't have the project. So we still have to depend on government and philanthropists, and they are also not coming forward to supporting. So even if the government in constructing the facilities will take into consideration the plights of persons with disabilities, especially the blind, knowing that when we are constructing volleyball courts, basketball courts, handball courts, football pitches, we have to take into consideration that our blind people can also use it.
Yeah.
I think they will use the wooden floor for us. But this is where they will only build the concrete facilities, and it's not helpful at all. So anytime that we have to embark on our trainings or competitions in other places aside the central region, we have to buy a carpet that we can lay on the floor in order for us not to get injuries.
Okay.
You get it? And if you are to buy carpet, the types that we buy to are very, very expensive. We call it American carpet.
Okay.
Very expensive. One alone, the 1 yard is about 60, 70 Ghana cedis, and we need about 20 yards.
Wow.
So if you need about 20 yards for all the regions, you could imagine. And whenever we organize competitions, we need to take care of their transportation, accommodation, and feeding. We don't even think of their allowances.
Yeah.
And if we have to give them allowances, then I think government will have to come in, corporate Ghana will have to come in, and probably our developing partners will also have to come in, because it's part of the human development. And sports is also a right. It's a right. And when you look at the UN Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disabilities, Article 30 talks about sports and recreation, leisure for persons with disabilities. So if we consider, or if as Ghanaians, we consider persons with disabilities as citizens of Ghana and part of the society, then they have to look at ensuring that they build all aspects of our social life, economic life, political, and the sporting life. So whilst the Ghana Blind Sports Association, the sports wing of the Ghana Blind Union is talking about sports now, then we are encouraging government to really take into consideration, include us, involve us in the decision and the implementation process of whatever they do for sports for all Ghanaians.
Kito, just before you wrap up, the way we are looking at the situation with blind sports, are there people who are doing blind sports as full-time business? Can they be in it full-time when it's not paying, there's no money in it, it's not too lucrative? Are there people who are engaged in it?
The blind people would love to be engaged in the sporting activities. But where is the motivation?
That's the thing.
So now, those that are engaged in it are those that are very much enthusiastic about sports.
Okay.
And they are doing it for their health. They are doing it for the fun of it, the entertainment aspect of it, and also the socialization aspect of it.
Okay.
But we believe that when government invests in that, people will see it as means of living. And with this, we'll be able to eradicate roadside begging. You know, government has been saying people should not go to the roadside to beg. But we shouldn't also forget that not all of us are endowed with knowledge or endowed with book. We have people who in one way or the other couldn't go to school, and they can use sports as means of livelihood. So if government is asking people to move away from the roadside, there should be an alternative for them.
Exactly.
Because if you tell them to move away from the roadside, already you are not giving them any form of employment. I'm not endorsing begging, but we have to face the reality. If you say the person should go away from the roadside, should the person go to the house and starve, leading to his or her death? But as government that needs to be responsible to all persons in the country, I think this could be an alternative.
Exactly.
You build the capacity of those that couldn't go to school in the area of sports, then they can use it as their livelihood. But if you invest money and they are able to receive about 500 Ghana cedis for being part of sporting, for being part of sports.
That would be a huge motivation.
That would be a huge motivation, and they will not go to the roadside. So in a way of curbing the roadside begging, I think the government can use sports to really take them away from the roadside.
Very well said. Very well said. Well, H4P is 10 years old. You are celebrating the goodness and the mercies of God. We'll go for H4P Show Time. We'll come back and wrap up with Kito, my very special guest. Stay tuned.
H4P, celebrating 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. Hooray! It's H4P Show Time.
Hey,
Hi, Lady Joy.
Abengo, how could you? How could you?
How are you?
How could you do that? How could you?
Fantastic. Hi, Rabna.
Oh, hi, Abe. My in-law. You are welcome.
He's not welcome here. He's not welcome.
Hey. And why am I not welcome here? Lady Joy, what have I done?
Abe, I am so disappointed in you. I'm so disappointed in you. Hey. If anyone had told me this day would come, I wouldn't have believed it.
Lady Joy.
Hey. Lady Joy, what are you talking about? What have I done?
Oh, so you don't know.
What is it?
You don't even know what you have done. Oh my God, I have suffered.
Rabna.
Hey, Rabna, can you believe it? Abed does not know what he has done.
Lady Joy, exactly what have I done? Rabna, please, can you tell me exactly what is going on here? I put it to you. What exactly have I done to deserve such antipathy, hostility, and animosity from Lady Joy? I just can't fathom her misery.
Yesterday was Lady Joy's birthday. I put it to you.
But what date was yesterday?
Yesterday was the date you had never forgotten. Yesterday was the same day you had always celebrated and cherished all your life.
Lady Joy, I'm so sorry. I totally forgot.
Wow. Wow, Abe, for the first time, for the very first time in 27 years, Abe, you forgot my birthday. Hey, I wonder what...
Lady Joy, please. You know, I forgot. You see, okay, please. You see, I had to go and check out some things for the wedding, and I went with my sweetheart, and we had so much fun. You won't believe it. Hey, Mamiesi is just incredible. I believe she is an angel sent from heaven to make my life better. Oh, Mamiesi. You know, I just can't comprehend and apprehend the effect Mamiesi has on me. Oh, Lady Joy.
Purchase copies of the H4P melodrama DVDs today. Contact H4P on +233 209 555 777 or +233 596 313 338. All sales are for the promotion of our disability advocacy. So grab your copies now. It's H4P Show Time. It's 10 years of bringing dignity to disability. H4P Ajiko.
Welcome back to the Helping Hand TV show. We have been talking disability sports. We have been talking specifically blind sports. My guest, Mr. Eric Kisi, has been helping us to dissect the issues. Eric, thank you so much.
Thank you.
So we are wrapping up.
Sure.
What would you have to say so that we wrap up?
All right. Thank you so much. What I would like to say is that the COVID has really affected us. Most of our activities should have come on last year. But now, with the grace of God, we are able to move on with our sporting activities.
Okay.
Fortunately, Ghana, we've been able to bid for continental championship, and the international body, which is the International Blind Sports Federation, IPSA, has given us the nod as the Africa Global Championship, and we're having it in Ghana here.
Wow.
And it's going to take place, obviously, in Cape Coast. And the month is going to be from 3rd to 11th December.
Okay.
And we're expecting all countries from Africa. So we're expecting the giants in go ball, and that's Libya,
Okay.
Egypt, Morocco. We're expecting the teams from South Africa, Kenya, Cote d'Ivoire. We're expecting all of them to be in Ghana. And we're hoping that now that Ghana is hosting,
would it be a host and win?
it's going to be a host and win for both male and female.
Wow.
So all that we need is the support. Government should really support us. If not supporting the activities that we'll have to embark on for the hosting, at least the Ghanaian team, the male and female teams, they have to be motivated. All that we need for them is their accommodation, their feeding, registration, and small allowances for them. That's all that we need from Ghanaians and the government of Ghana.
And once we are hosting, we should all come on board and make this a host and win thing. Right?
Definitely. Definitely.
The world is watching, Ghana is watching, and we'll do what is right. Thank you so much. We are now coming to the freestyle segment.
Sure.
The freestyle segment is the segment where I allow my guests to do anything. They could sing, they could dance, they could play an instrument, anything. Kito.
Yes.
What would you do for me freestyle?
I would like to sing very
great
simple song
That's
and
okay.
short. To the Jama goes to all the sports fraternity that we have in Ghana, and it goes like, Oi mama koronto, oi mama koronto, oi mama koronto, oi mama koronto. So all the sportsmen listening to me, I know they will just give me. I mean, they will support us in the singing.
Definitely.
And they will enjoy it.
And the word is what? Oi mama.
Oi mama koronto. And they will support Oi mama koronto. So that's how it goes.
Okay.
And sportsmen really love it.
Thank you so much. My guest has been Eric Kisi, National President, Ghana Blind Sports Association. At the international level, he has been amazing today. Kito, as we call him. Thank you so much for your time. We are grateful. We've been talking blind sports. I think it's time we give attention to disability sports so that we bring out the best out of the disability fraternity, because let's face it, we get more medals from disability sports than every other sports. Maybe it's time we take a good look at disability sports. That's a campaign we are making on the Helping Hand TV show. Well, you've been with me, the voice of ability on air for persons with disability. Thank you so much, DV Unlimited, Company Limited, FCC, Fire City Chapel, for being my proud sponsors. Thank you to all those who contribute to the H4P organization through our mobile money system. I'm so grateful. Thank you to my crew for making this happen every time. Well, I'm going to come your way again, same time next week, with your favorite show, the Helping Hand TV show. But until then, remember that disability is not inability. Take very good care of yourselves, stay safe, and God richly bless you.